What's up, guys? It's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, today this is my impressions after playing Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess. Now, Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess is an upcoming action strategy game developed and published by Capcom. This game was shown at the Summer Games Fest, or I think it's Summer Games Fest, or one of the events, and it caught a bit my attention. I thought it looked a bit interesting. I was like, oh, this has something that I might be interested in trying. The game is supposed to come out fairly soon. It's coming out July 19th on the PS4, PS5, Windows, and the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. This is not a fully priced game. What do I mean by that? Well, nowadays I would say most games are priced $69.99. Sometimes now they do come as $59.99, but most games are coming at the $70 price mark. Now, this game is coming at the price of $49.99, so not a full price game. So obviously for me, there's some stuff that looking at this game, I'm going to be judging with a bit lesser since it's $50 versus $70, $20 less. So this game just released a demo. The demo is available on PC, the PlayStation Store, and the Microsoft Store or the Xbox Store. So if you are interested, you can try it, it's free. Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess is an action game that you're playing in a third-person perspective, and it does feature elements of RTS and you could say tower defense. So the game starts with you being a character named So, and your whole task is to protect the maiden. The maiden's job is to purge and cleanse the village and eventually return to the legendary Mount Kafuku to peace. Now, the game has an interesting mechanic where there's a daytime and a nighttime. During the daytime is when you'll be able to recruit your villagers. Well, you can't recruit your villagers but during the daytime is kind of like where you're supposed to prepare. Because during the nighttime is when you're going to be attacked by the enemy. So your daytime is where you will be checking on the villagers, rescuing them, setting things up. So when the nighttime comes, and the evil spirits start appearing and they start invading the village, you'll be able to protect the village and defend the maiden because the evil spirits want to kill the maiden. And of course, this is where the RTS element happens, where the night where you can place the villagers in different positions. You're able to use a specific currency to be able to transform the villagers into specific roles that will help you combat the evil spirits. You can have very basic offensive one. You can have one that's kind of like magic and they're supposed to bind the evil spirits. At the same time, you're not just looking. Since you control So, you're able to get into combat yourself and start attacking the evil spirits. So you do have a role, and here you're not just overlooking things. Eventually, the whole thing is you are able to create a path to guide the Divine Maiden, and the Divine Maiden will have to purge the gate. And of course, to create the path, you will be using resources. And those resources you get through, again, combat, rescuing villagers, and of course, there's these plants that sometimes, you destroy and they will give you those resources, but you will need it to be able to create the path so that the Divine Maiden will be able to purge the gates. And that's kind of the gist of the game. Obviously, it's going to be a bit more complex, with enemies positioning themselves differently, stronger enemies. At the same time, you'll be able to get stronger villagers. So it's this whole back and forth. Personally, I think I might get the game. I mean, it's not fully priced. There is some interest here for me. It hasn't convinced me fully. That doesn't mean this is a bad game. I do think for what the game is, it's actually very interesting. And it is very well made. There's just stuff that's just not clicking with me. But again, that doesn't mean it's not going to click with you. Or again, this isn't a bad game. I think it's really well done for what it is. And I really think if you have any interest in this, there is the demo out there to actually give it a shot and have an idea if this would be a game for you or not. During the gameplay, I personally didn't have any troubles with anything. At least I didn't have any problems, glitches, or any sort of situation. The story is alright. It's not anything crazy. The graphics of the game, I think it looks fine for what it is. The game does use the RE engine, and it is supposedly developed by the Capcom Development Division 1, who are the studios behind Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. And supposedly the game director is Shuichi Kawada, who he previously worked on a game called Shinsenkai Into the Depths. So this game does have a very, you can tell there's an inspiration in Japanese folklore. They're even having, I think, a Okami collaboration, which again, Okami also has a Japanese folklore inspiration, and there's heavily influence in this type of game. So if that's something that you are interested in, I think this is definitely going to be a game that you might like a lot. But yeah, I'm quite surprised. I haven't seen really a lot of people talking about the game. Again, it's not a very high-profile game. Like I said, it's $49.99. This is not your AAA or quadruple game at the same time. This is also not from a franchise. This is kind of its own thing. So I do also appreciate Capcom being able to do whatever you want, create this type of game if you want, and I'm hoping this does all right. I think it's a good game. I'm just not that convinced yet. There's just some aspects for me that I when it comes to RTSs and tower defense games, though I do like strategy games, but I don't know, it's just there's something in me that's not yet clicking. But as I said before, I do acknowledge that this is a very well done game, and I think most people should definitely try the demo, see if it's out, see it's for them. I don't think you're going to lose your time. I think you will immediately tell as you play the game if this is going to be something for you or not. So yeah, personally, I give it a thumbs up. I think you guys should definitely check out the demo if there's any curiosity about the game. It's not full price, it's $49.99, and it's available on most platforms. So yeah guys, what are your thoughts? Have you tried Kunitsu-Gami Path of the Goddess? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.